What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Booth Dude podcast. I am your host, Danny, along with my co-host, Vinny.
Hello, and might I add, our inaugural episode.
That is true, yeah. This is our first episode of this podcast. So just to give you guys a little bit of background, me and Vinny, we do work at the same place. We are both in the service industry, and we kind of got started in this thing because, you know what, every single Sunday, we close the restaurant, we end up sitting down, having a drink, and just talking about stuff. And sometimes it's pretty funny. So we were like, hey, let's just start a podcast and let's see, maybe somebody else will get an enjoyment out of this. So this is our attempt at trying something new. And
Well, is it new? I mean, we're doing it every Sunday.
Yeah.
Maybe new for them.
New for them. Yeah, not for us.
This is at home for me, Danny.
Yeah, I know. No, it's honestly... Every Sunday we look forward to this.
It really is. It's like our church in a way, until fantasy football. But I have two churches. Yeah, I'll go to both of them.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah. So we hope you guys get some enjoyment out of this. So for the first episode, I want to have you guys learn a little bit about us. Vinny, go ahead and let everybody know your background, what you're about, who you are. Go for it.
Well, my name's Vinny. I'm a Virgo.
What's your full name, sir?
It's Vincent Rizzo. I'll give you my social later. You have to catch the end of the episode. Anyway, man, I'm originally from New York City, born and raised. I've been out on the West Coast now for about 8 years, and it's been cool, man. Enjoying it so far, and in the lovely Central Valley of California in our lovely Modesto. So, yeah. How about yourself, Danny? Where are you from?
Originally from San Francisco, California. Full name is Daniel Azizian, but unless you're my teacher, don't call me Daniel. I never like going by Daniel because it just sounds a little nerdy. Yeah, right. So I always go by Danny.
The full name's always I feel like your parents chewing your ear off or something like that, or you're in trouble for something. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we call you Vinny.
Yeah, exactly. Even that's too much. I need Vin.
Vin, yeah.
I just want. I want. What?
Is it really? Do you want to be called Vin?
Just call me what I want. No.
I was going to say, I'm like, do you really want to be called? I've been calling you Vinny for like a year and a half.
You find out a year and a half later, it's like, he hates it.
Yeah. Imagine.
So West Coast originally.
Yeah. Born and raised
in San Francisco. How long did you live out there for?
So I was born in San Francisco. I lived there till I was about 6 years old, and then I moved to a place called Concord, California, which is right by Walnut Creek.
Not to be confused with Compton, California.
No, definitely, no disrespect. No disrespect. Anybody from Compton?
All the disrespect.
No, it's too early in the podcast. Moved to Concord, California, did all my schooling there up until high school. And then when I was 18 years old, I moved out to the Central Valley to Turlock, California. And then I have resided there ever since. It's been 7 years. Been here for about 7 years.
All right, so we're about in the same. We're in the same spot for about the same time.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
So for me, I'm still on the West Coast, right? So it's still very much West Coast here. It's a little different, a lot more farms and stuff like that.
Yeah, the agriculture.
For you, you're from New York. Bro.
Yeah, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Concrete jungle, where dreams are made of, Alicia Keys.
So, did you get a culture shock, moving from New York out here?
Oh, yeah.
Especially to a small place?
Yeah, Modesto's okay. Even Turlock, too, because you have, the college down there and everything, and it's a little bit more lively. But, yeah man, it's nuts because it's no matter where you go, it's the same at the base of it. But just the little things and the people, the culture, it's fun. I'm still getting acclimated to some extent, but I'm enjoying it. It's good for right now, and even long term, even if it is a 10, 20-year thing or something like that, sure.
Are you cool with it?
I think I would be. I think I'd grow to love it like that, and but...
Have you become more West Coast?
No.
No? You still feel very much East Coasty?
Oh, yeah. And it's so dumb because it's still the same country, but it's
Bro, it's two different places.
It's two different places, though.
Yeah.
It really is, man.
Dude, I was just in Chicago, and let me tell you, it's completely different.
It's different.
It's so different.
It's nuts because you think about Europe and the proximity of where everything is. It's a lot closer, but you still have that
Oh yeah.
You still have your Italians, your French, your German.
Yeah, it's an hour train ride, but you're in a completely different place.
Yeah, but here it's It's like a 3. Well, what is it? Like 5 hours to Chicago, 4 hours to Chicago from here.
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah.
You might as well be in a different country at that point. You know.
It basically is. I mean, just the language is the same, but like the culture and the norms.
Yeah,
there's differences.
It's different.
There's differences. You know what I mean? That was kind of what I picked up on the East Coast is, you know, it's just difference in, I wouldn't say personality, but just like what's normal and what's not normal. Like out here, there's a lot of like, oh, good morning, how are you? This and that, and this and that. And the East Coast is kind of just like, what's up, bro? Like, you know.
That's it.
That's
just
it.
like short. I don't even say sweet.
To the
just
point.
Like very to the point.
To the point.
Yeah.
There's no like small talk and that stuff. And I feel like East Coast people, you got to get a little bit more comfortable with whoever you're talking with before they start to open up.
Yeah.
Here, we overshare on the West Coast.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
like,
yeah.
how's your day? It's kind of bad.
It's like, I didn't ask for this,
Jesus
dude.
Christ, bro. I'm like, look, I don't even know your first name. You're already telling me that your freaking cat died. Like, I don't want to. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Why are you putting that burden on me right now?
Exactly, it's a lot. It's like a very, you know, maybe it's like a comfortability thing. Like out in the East Coast, they're like, there's so many people to where you're like, bro, I'm not that important. My day's good.
You're just a blip in the map at that point. Yeah. I mean, you really are.
Mm-hmm. I think it's like that too in Europe. You know, it's not like a little bit of background. Like my mom. So I'm full Armenian, but my parents are Armenians that were born in different countries. Mm-hmm. So my mom was born in a place called Azerbaijan, which back then was part of the Soviet Union. So it's very Russian-esque mentality. Back then, there's no, you know, good morning, how are you? It's very East Coast, like I would say, straight to the point.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? It's a very different type of social norm,
which could come off very cold and callous.
Yeah, to a lot of people.
To a lot of people, but
if you're used to it, yeah,
right. But if you're used to it, that's just how it is.
That's just
you know what I mean?
Is,
it's not anything else but.
Yeah. And you see that didn't mix well with my dad because my dad's originally from Iran. And Iranians are very sweet. Like when they talk, like even their phrases, bro. Like,
what? Give me an example.
How could I say? Like, okay, what's like something? Oh, bro, they have a phrase. Let's say I do something for you, like I put a cup in front of you.
Yeah.
They would say, "Das dad nakone," which means like, "May your hands not hurt." Oh, you say that in Russian, they'll look at you like you're stupid. They're like,
why would
you
hurt?
ever say that to me? It's a weird, like, it's very, very nice. And like, oh, there's stuff like, oh, I would die for you and stuff like phrases like that.
Sounds kind of romantic in a way.
It is a romantic, very, very romantic type of culture. Like,
yeah.
I would bleed my heart for you or like something like that. Like they have stuff like that. But in Russian, there's not. It's much more cold.
Yeah.
And I don't know the exact reason for that.
Well, I know why. Because it's cold in Russia. Duh.
It's freezing, bro. Nobody has the time. Nobody has the time to be like, oh, I would, may your hand's not here. He's like, dude, get away from me. It's free. It's below 5.
Get inside for the night.
Dude, it's nuts. Yeah. But I mean, I talked about where my family's originally from. Okay, so your full name, Vincent Rizzo.
Yes.
So obviously you've got Italian in you.
I do.
Is that what are you full Italian?
No, Italian, Irish, and I think a bit of German, but I'm still waiting on the ancestry report. I still have to do it.
They're going bankrupt, you know that.
I know. I gotta get it in before they go.
In bankruptcy as we speak.
I never find out.
It's going to say you're 75% Chinese.
I'm 75%
they don't have the funds.
in debt.
Yeah, that's what it is. So did you? So I grew up a lot around, like, you know, everything being very Armenian, that type of. Did you grow up around a lot of Italian or Irish-esque stuff?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. I'd say definitely with the food, for sure. But I don't know about...
Like, what's a typical freaking dinner at the Rizzo house?
Dinner at the Rizzo house. Oh, man. A lot of broccoli, a lot of pasta. Man,
broccoli?
Broccoli. Yeah, I know. It's just
I don't think that's Italian,
listen,
dog.
I'm going to tell you, my parents, they don't even know what broccoli is in Italy.
Yeah, go ahead in Italy and say,
they know broccoli raw, but not broccoli.
Give me a broccoli.
Do you want the broccoli? Do you want the stem or the
head? You want the broccoli? It's Italian broccoli.
It's broccoli made in Italy. That's broccoli, Italian broccoli.
All right.
Yeah, man, my parents, like, at least with them, not the greatest cooks. You know?
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
But you love cooking.
I love it. I know. It's kind of interesting how that
That's
pans
insane.
out.
Maybe it skips a generation.
I hope it does.
Do your grandparents cook?
No.
Never mind.
It doesn't. No, it's so weird. My family, at least as our lineage, right? The whole bloodline and everything. Sure,
Yeah.
Italian, Irish, and German.
Yeah.
But we've been in the States now for at least like 4 or 5 generations. But it's crazy to me. I look at like the Italian American. I feel like that sort of high point of the immigration of it, right?
Yeah.
That was like early 1900s. It's since like simmered down, but I feel like a lot of other like foreigners coming in now have a lot closer ties to their bloodline or their heritage than a lot of other people do now, at least the Italians and the Irish. You know what I mean? I feel like they've settled here. They've been here for generations. Me, I grew up Roman Catholic. I grew up pasta, going to Italian restaurants and stuff like that and eating Italian food. Yeah. But we didn't at home. It wasn't really like that,
Yeah.
It's kind of just like a namesake thing for me. It was like, yeah, I'm Italian, but it's like I don't have the ties to it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But it's something I'd like to bring back, like at least like for me in my future, But for you, being Armenian and
no, I'm 100% Armenian.
Being 100% Armenian.
I'm like, wait a minute, did you just forget?
I did.
My ethnicity?
I did.
What did you think I was?
Armenian, 50% Armenian, and then the other 50% was also Armenian. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like for you, because you're first generation, your parents were from...
Yeah, both from different countries.
Different countries.
From Azerbaijan and Iran.
And see, even that too, it's like you have such a closer tie. You don't have that
I'm
distance
first generation.
You're first generation.
What are you, fourth?
I mean?
Fifth?
At least fifth.
At
least fifth.
See what I mean? That's like
so
5.
It's tough,
different.
But like for you, I feel like I'm sure you have a lot closer ties to the Armenian culture and just even your respective parents.
Yeah, of course. But like it's for me, it's also different because like my parents are Armenians that aren't from Armenia, so they brought other aspects from the countries that they were from to me. So, like, I understand Persian culture, Iranian culture, because my dad's from Iran.
Right.
I understand Russian, Soviet, if you want to say, Soviet culture, because my mom was born in the Soviet Union.
Do you ever find that both parties, they have, like, conflicting sort of things that they bring with them that don't go hand in hand? I mean, obviously with the whole, like, with your dad and your mom.
The
like,
warmth.
The warmth of it. You find your dad more warm than your mom?
100%.
Yeah.
My mom, don't get me wrong, my mom loves me to death. It's not like she's
of course,
just like...
right. No, like this cold...
This is my son. Like, she's just like, that's it.
Get out.
No, exactly. She's like, you are garbage. No, but it is different. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Like, my dad, when he'll get off the phone, he says a bunch of sweet stuff. He's like, he'll say stuff to his family members like, or like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
which
it's like,
just what was that you said? Like, what does it translate to?
I believe, is it I die for you? Something like that.
Something like
before
that.
you, before me. Something like that. And then my Persian isn't that good, FYI. So nobody get mad at my Persian. It's not my strongest language.
Chat's gonna go off now.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, yeah, this guy sucks.
Faux.
Yeah, you're a fake, phony. And my mom will be like, dude, why do you say all that sweet stuff? Like, you don't need to. Like, you make you... In my mom's eyes, it makes you look weak when you say all that sweet stuff.
Well, her growing up in Soviet time...
Yeah, that's the number one thing you don't want to be.
Right.
You don't be weak. And then you're a guy on top of it. You're like, men
shouldn't be doing that.
Men shouldn't be weak.
God, how times have changed.
Nose up. That's what my mom always says.
What is it?
Nose up. Like, have your nose...
Oh, nose up.
Nose up. She's like, have your nose up, like almost like a confidence thing. Like you're a man.
That's
have your
crazy.
nose in the air a little bit.
Okay, so even emotionally,
always
does that translate to like not even being?
I can count on one hand how many times I've seen my mom cry.
That's usually it's the opposite. I feel like it's the dad.
My dad?
Yeah. Hold on. He cried earlier.
It's a soap opera. He's like, oh my God. I'm like, dude, it's a Spanish soap opera dubbed English. It is so sad. I can't believe it. Look, this guy, Vicente. He sacrificed himself for his wife. And
He's
my
like,
mom
this is a TV show. It's
my
not
mom's
real.
just sitting there like, pussy. I'm like, jeez, bro. Yeah, it's and then you see, then I'm in the middle of that. I'm like, okay, I gotta be soft, but also manly, because like if I'm too soft, my mom's gonna call me out, and if I'm too manly, my dad's gonna be like, relax. You don't have to be like that.
Yeah.
Take it easy. But yeah, man, it was a whirlwind of culture shock growing up.
did you grow up with a lot of other Armenians in Concord or
no,
no,
bro, dude? I used to go to school and I'm like, I'm Armenian. They're like, what the hell is that? And I'm like, I don't know what.
It's like how much more I'm Armenian?
How can I tell you?
How are you
like,
gonna,
how am I going to explain that?
Like, listen, you have about 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah. Let me give you the rundown of where I'm from. No,
here's a map,
dude. Yeah, I was never so I grew up in the house speaking Russian and Armenian and English. So my mom speaks Armenian, right?
Mm-hmm.
But her mother tongue is Russian because in the Soviet Union everybody knew Russian. That's
of course.
She even tells me to this day. She's like, I'm Armenian, but I like the way my brain works. When I think in Russian. I speak in Russian. Everything to me is Russian. That's just.
I mean, it makes sense though. She grew up there.
Like me
like
growing up here, bro. I don't think in Armenian. I think in English.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then, where was I going with this point?
We're growing up with different cultures and like with other Armenians.
That was the thing. I never grew up around other Armenians. But my accent when I speak Armenian is that of a Persian Armenian. See,
and that's from your dad's side.
That's from my dad's side because my father spoke to me in Armenian. So when I open my mouth to other Armenians, the first thing they go is like, "You're Persian Armenian, aren't you?" Because they can tell from my accent.
Of course.
Yeah,
well,
but there's
like
certain
Spanish,
things.
Same
thing. They know where you're from.
They know exactly.
Same thing. So like, dude, it really did bother me growing up. I was like, "There's no
just being the only one
Armenian."
in your
Yeah, I was like, "Bro, what the heck?"
You're like a token kid at that point.
Yeah, well, they don't know. They're like, "I don't know what the hell you are. Are you Middle Eastern? Are you European? Like, what are you?"
Like, yeah.
What are you? You look Middle Eastern, but like your mom's from Russia, basically. What are you?
Well, yeah, to like in a common stance, like
exactly. So it was tough. Like seeing my cousins. So my cousins grew up in a place called Glendale, California. It's like the freaking home of the Armenians. We have like streets there called Little Armenia. There's like, it's literally the Mecca for Armenians in California. In the United, I think it is the highest number of Armenians in America.
And for our non-Californians, Glendale, SoCal or
Southern California,
okay.
Los Angeles, Burbank.
Okay, that general region.
That general region. They're filled over there. So, dude, when I would go over there, I'm like, you guys are so freaking lucky. But they took it for granted.
Well, yeah, I feel like you get jaded to where you grow up. You don't really appreciate it.
Yeah, my cousins would speak English, and I'd speak to them Armenian. They're like, why are you speaking Armenian, bro? Like, it's just me and you.
Yeah.
You don't have to speak Armenian. I'm like, dog, I don't get to speak Armenian.
Like, let me use it. I know it. Like,
yeah, I'm like, let's talk, bro.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know I had an accent until we went to somebody's house who he was an Armenian from Armenia. And then I started speaking to him, and he's like, you Barskahai. And I was like,
what is it?
Barskahai.
Barskahai.
Yeah. That means an Armenian from Iran.
Now, is that like an insult, or is it like
kind of depending on the context? Yeah, because because Iranian Armenians will be like Hayastansis, which means Armenians from Armenia. There's words. Okay, so we have words for in our language to describe where you're from as an Armenian.
Is it like a hierarchy kind of sense? I would imagine like Spain, right? Like with the Spanish, they speak the most pure sense of Spanish, right?
Yes.
So I feel like I feel like they look down in the sense of Mexican speaking Spanish,
exactly,
or Puerto Rican speaking Spanish, or something like that.
Yes. So it is like that in some instances. Yeah, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, you have also like Arab based Armenians. You'll have like Armenians from Lebanon or from Iraq or Syria, and the general term for those guys is Beirutsi High, which means like Beirut, right? Lebanon.
Okay.
So they call you Beirutsi, or like the dialect you speak is Beirutsi Armenian. Right. And it's different. Like, they incorporate a lot more Arabic in their Armenian. Persian Armenians incorporate a lot more Farsi in their Armenian. And then obviously people from Armenia will just use Armenian. Unless you're a little bit older and you'll start incorporating Russian, because Armenia was part of the Soviet Union at one point.
I want to say your mom, but just in that sense of like how she's Russian Armenian, how she'll I would imagine like, well, she speaks Russian, you said, though.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. So she incorporates it. But even when she speaks Armenian, like, there'll be certain words. Like, there's a word, I guess you could say it means at all, or like whatever. Mm-hmm. You could say, like, they'll say something, and they'll be like, vapshe. Vapshe is Russian. But a lot of Armenians from Armenia will use vapshe in their verbiage.
Okay, just because it was part of
the Soviet Union.
I see.
Yeah, exactly. So there's certain things like that. So it was like, it was tough, man. Like growing up, like, I never felt Armenian enough, and then like I'd be around all like my non-Armenian friends, and I didn't feel like American enough. It was like, dude, what the? Like,
that's a tough in between, man. Because like, let alone the whole with your parents, what you're saying, like being too masculine or not soft enough. You've got that on top
You
of it
got to
now.
figure it out.
Yeah, you don't feel Armenian enough. You don't feel American enough.
enough.
That's a first generation, man. That's a tricky spot
It's a
to be
tough
in.
thing, yeah. And then being born and raised here, it's not like I was like there at 2 years old and then I moved here. Like, I
Right.
was straight up born in San Francisco.
Yeah, man, that's got to be difficult.
Mhm.
So now, being in the Central Valley, do you feel there is a much more higher Armenian population, I would imagine, than San Francisco?
I
and
guess
Concord?
so. I guess so. Yes and no. The majority of the population out here, they are Assyrians.
Okay.
Okay, but Assyrians, Armenians are very close in culture. So we mix a lot.
Okay,
so
a
I
lot of
met a lot of
overlap.
half and halves.
Okay.
Half Armenian, half Assyrian.
Okay.
I myself, I picked up Assyrian language just being out here. I'm pretty good with languages, so I picked up the language. My wife is Assyrian, so I speak Assyrian with her family and stuff like that. But yeah, I've met a lot more Armenians out here than I did back home.
do you
That's for
feel
sure.
do you feel more at home here being around that, or
I do.
Is it yeah?
Yeah, because Assyrians are so close to culture
Yeah.
and what I grew up, and there are a lot of Assyrians from Iran. So then I connect that to my dad with Persian culture and Farsi. So I'll hear stuff, the way they do stuff, the
Yeah.
way they act, the sweetness, all that stuff.
Kindness.
I
It
connect
it
back.
resonates so much. Just reminds you of your dad.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
good.
And the same thing can be said for Italians, right? Like if
Yeah,
you're an
no,
Italian, like if you're
absolutely.
Sicilian,
Yeah.
right, and then somebody's from Napoli, or they'll be like, okay, like what kind of Italian are you speaking?
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like, oh,
yeah.
you're
It's
speaking
its own.
Sicilian.
Yeah, that whole like eggplant Godfather kind of. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're not really Italian.
Right.
I mean, God, I don't even speak Italian.
Do you wish you
That's-
did?
I wish I did, man. Like that again. Like that's one of the things. Like I feel like food and language are the two biggest ties
To culture.
To culture. You know what I mean?
That's another one, bro.
Music, yeah. I don't.
Music is huge for me.
Maybe I agree with you, but my only thing with music is because it's only started to be recorded since like I think like the early 1900s, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like for a lot of people, it's the you have your staples within certain cultures, and then aside from that, like I don't know, the music. I don't know, man. It's interesting because the American culture with music, right? Since recording it,
Yeah.
you have your American standards.
Yeah.
And I feel like each culture has their own standards. But aside from that, like you don't have, there's no like smaller artists from like 1800s Italy that I'm bumping to right now. I could listen to.
No,
you know?
the biggest thing is Papa Americano.
That's what I'm saying, you know? Yeah. And all because of a DJ duo
Yeah,
that sampled
exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Which initial track, fantastic too.
Beautiful.
You know, it's a beautiful track, I will say. You know. But yeah, food and language are the two biggest ties.
Yeah.
And I have the food part down.
Yeah.
But the language, and it's tough too because it's like I've done the whole Rosetta Stone and you try to set time aside, but
yeah.
it's difficult once you get past that certain age to where it's like learning a language is tough. And you speak 4 languages fluently? 3 fluently?
No, 5.
Oh, excuse me.
5. You could count. I mean, 6. Like I said, my Farsi is the worst one because
Right.
like my dad would use Farsi to talk about stuff that he didn't want me to know. So he would speak
Just to
Farsi.
kind of like hide it from you, sort of thing.
He's
okay,
like, yeah,
okay.
everything else he's gonna
Smart.
understand. Smart.
As a dad, you
I
know.
picked up Farsi more when I moved here because there were so many Iranian Assyrians.
Right.
And I already know like all the words in the songs because I grew up with Persian music in the house.
Right.
So it was just putting meaning to the words that I already knew. Like I can
gotcha.
pronounce everything perfectly.
You might not know what it means exactly. At least at the time.
I'll
but
get the connotation of the conversation because there'll be no words that I know.
Right,
and
you
it's
can
just
pick
like,
up on it.
It's just like adding those words into a sentence. Like, oh, okay, this is what he's saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's happened recently for me where I've picked up more on Farsi.
Okay. What else do you speak?
I speak obviously English. I speak Russian and Armenian. Those are my fluent languages.
Okay.
And then I do speak Assyrian. I'd say maybe 85%, 80 to 85%. Well, almost fluent. I'm actually, dude, it's nuts how much Assyrian I've picked up. Like I will switch my languages, my accent, depending on who I'm talking to.
That's crazy that you could swap it up like that.
Yeah, because I learned, and then like I said, my wife is an Assyrian from Syria, so they speak differently as well compared to an Assyrian from Iran. So I'll switch the way that it'll be words that are completely different. Like how to say "How are you" is different.
Even though it's the same language, but just because they're from a different country. It's
Not even a different country. The village that they're from, they have different words.
So forget about the dialect.
Forget
I mean,
about the dialect.
it's a completely different thing.
Yeah, I mean, it is a dialect in itself because obviously you can still understand them, but you're like, oh, okay, this person is not from Iraq or from Iran.
I see.
You could tell like they have different words completely for what they use, and it's because of the village that they're from. That's just what they use. But yeah. So it'd be Russian, English, Armenian, Assyrian. My Spanish is pretty good because schooling and then growing up around a lot of Latinos.
Yeah.
My uncle married a Latina when I was very, very young. Her mom spoke no English, so whenever we would, my dad and him and my dad, my mom, and my uncle and his wife would go out, we'd be left with my aunt's mom, basically, who spoke no English.
So she's just speaking straight Spanish to you, and you're just trying to like.
So my Spanish is pretty good as well.
Okay.
And then Farsi's over there too.
Man, forget about bilingual, dude. You're polylinguist.
Yeah, bro. I love I you know what though? I realize why I like to learn languages is because I hate feeling left out. It's that whole identity thing.
Yeah.
Like even when I speak Assyrian with people, at the end of the day, I'm Armenian. I don't feel Assyrian enough. And I resonate a lot with Assyrian culture. I know all their dances. I know all that stuff.
Right. But you can't.
At the end of the day, I'm not. Like I'm
just
not
because of the language, or just like in that case, is it like bloodline for you, or like
bloodline? It's a weird in between. It's like I'm very prideful about being Armenian, but then when I'm around Assyrians and I go Armenian, then I'm like, now I'm different.
Yeah,
because I said that.
Yeah,
and then and then you realize midway, you're like, yeah, you're right. I'm not Assyrian. I'm Armenian. But you're so comfortable when you're around all of them.
Yeah,
and you feel like there's so many times where I felt Assyrian, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not.
I said, what am I doing?
I'm not.
I'm Armenian.
I'm not. Yeah, it's like, come on.
You're like, wait a second.
It's a crazy. It's that whole thing about finding your identity. I feel like I've always had that issue. It's like, who am I?
Yeah.
In a sense, like it feels so corny to say.
No, but it's a truth. I think we all look for it. I mean, regardless, like me being from the East Coast, you being from the West Coast, right?
I mean, you said you went to Italy, right?
I did go to Italy, and then even that, it's like, okay,
did you not feel Italian enough?
I didn't feel Italian enough, and
it's a horrible feeling.
It's a weird feeling. I went to the hotel in Naples, and checking in, the gentleman there was like, "Oh, what's the name?" And I feel like they know immediately you're American.
Yeah,
right. It's just right off the bat.
Yeah,
and walking in to check in. When he saw the name, he realized, oh, Vincent Rizzo. He's like, that's Italian, right? Mm-hmm. But it's like, for them, I feel like because Italian is the mother tongue, right? If you're of Italian descent, you're going to speak Italian.
You should know Italian.
You should know Italian, right? And again, similarly, it's like, if you're from it, you should speak it.
Yeah.
Even if you're in another country.
Right.
But I feel like having been here for so long, at least just the family line and everything.
Bro.
Yeah, it gets lost, and it's like, well, you're born in America, you're going to speak English,
and you mixed,
exactly, and it's like you kind of pulling away from one culture's identity and forming into another one. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people lose their identity, or they have trouble finding their identity of like, where do I fit in all of this? And I feel like it's human nature to want to like tie down to something and connect. You know what I mean? It's like that like basic human level of just kind of like wanting to feel together.
Yeah. In a sense, you have a community.
Yeah.
You're with somebody. You're not by yourself.
Exactly. And I don't know, it's tough because I feel like at one point you get the extremes where it's like you get tied so much to it. I feel like we've talked about it before with the Greeks, or certain cultures get so enamored with their own where it's like, oh yeah, that's it. Yeah. Where on the opposite end, it's like you have some people that have no ties to it, and it's just kind of like, well, who are you?
Yeah.
And it's it's a tough balance, man. Mm-hmm. It's something.
It's complicated.
It is.
It's complicated. Everybody always wants to fit in. That's another huge part of the puzzle.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just feeling together. It's about wanting to fit in.
Cultural norms and like school.
Oh,
I mean,
bro,
that's got to be
number one.
Yeah, it is.
School is where it starts. That's where you start knowing who you are.
Yeah.
And who you're going to go to.
Yeah. What friend group you're going to hang out with.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
Was it difficult for you? I mean, obviously being sort of the only Armenian in that area, I mean, like finding friends, kind of fitting in, like how was that for you growing up?
So I did mix with a lot of different groups. I had a lot of Latino friends growing up. I had Persian friends growing up. It was different because, like, when I would hang out with the Latinos, they'd be able, they'd go to each other's house, they'd speak Spanish with the mom or dad, but then I'd go there and I could speak Spanish, but I'm not Latino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My Spanish can only take me so far. Or if I go to my Persian friend's house, they would be speaking Farsi, and I can understand, I can speak a little bit, but I'm not Persian.
Right.
So like I never was at a place where I'm like, this is it. Like, I feel so comfortable right now. Like, this is, I'm home.
Yeah.
It was kind of tough navigating that stuff. But I never felt like a complete outsider to where I was like, dude, this sucks. Like, I'm just like, there's nobody like
You're
me.
just at home playing with yourself.
Yeah.
What do I do?
What do I do? Like, this is nothing. I mean, you know, I did the whole thing. In high school, I played all the sports. I did all that stuff. It's a little difficult for me because I feel like I didn't get physically stronger until I was like a senior. I was really small as a freshman. I was
Really?
I was like 5'2".
That's nuts.
5'2", 5'1". I didn't get a growth spurt till I was a junior. And even then, it wasn't huge. I'm
You know
like 5'8" on a good day.
You know what's wild? I hit my growth spurt when I was 10, 11.
What?
I've been the same
You were
height.
a giant.
I was a
You
giant.
were Vinny the
amongst-
Giant
It
Italian.
was great. And then everybody else hit their growth
And you're
spurt, and I was
"Wait a
like,
minute, wait. Hey, bro. Hey,
look at this cannoli.
you're a giant eggplant.
That's it.
That's
I was.
it.
And then
How was high school for you anyways?
it was fun. I had the luxurious privilege of transferring schools twice. Once in junior
jeez,
high,
that
and then,
sucks.
dude, it was the worst.
Making new friends?
Oh, it was tough. It was tough. And it's so funny. Okay, so growing up, I grew up in New York City.
Okay.
I initially grew up in Brooklyn. I lived in Brooklyn for 12 years, and then my parents and I moved to Staten Island. And we
right.
lived in Staten Island for 13 years until I moved to California.
Mm-hmm.
So, Brooklyn to Staten Island, it's at least where we were, maybe a 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive.
Yeah.
It's not that far by any means.
But it's just probably a different world,
Dude,
right? When you cross-
totally different world.
Yeah.
And it's like growing up with the kids in Brooklyn, you had a much more eclectic base. I had Russian, black, Jewish, white, Irish. If you could think of it,
Melting pot.
it really was a melting pot. And then going from Brooklyn to Staten Island,
Yeah.
junior high school, it was tough, man, because you're going from Staten Island was almost like a lot like out here, where it's like you have your small towns in a big state. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's like those small towns, like everybody knows each other. I mean, even where we're at, Modesto, right? It's a decent sized town.
Yeah.
But I still feel like those same circles kind of interlap with one another.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, Jim from so and so, like, yeah, but
Yeah.
Staten Island was very much like that. Brooklyn, it's again that whole like blip on a
huge.
map. It's huge. You have
Huge.
millions of people. I was
Yeah.
maybe a million or two in one spot. Like, you're just nobody in that.
Yeah.
To Staten Island, where it's like a fraction of that, where you have immense overlap.
It's street to street.
It really is.
Yeah.
So dude, transferring schools in junior high was tough, and then in high school, a little bit more difficult, but a little bit easier because I feel like I was kind of coming into my own and kind of figuring out who I was and my personality. And junior high was tough, man, because it's like you have all these kids where it's like I was walking in with, I'll never forget it, I was wearing camo pants. I forget which shirt, but just this outfit where like I feel like in Brooklyn, like that kid's cool. You go to Staten Island, he's like,
pants.
who's this guy?
This is the guy I want to be with.
Yeah.
This guy in the camo pants, he's going to be somebody.
He's got to be somebody. Not in Staten Island, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was, and it was around the time, too, like Nextel with the chirp phones.
Yeah.
Juicy Couture.
Oh, bro.
The Cadillac, the Escalades, just like that, like peak early mid 2000s. It was so tough, dude.
I bet.
Yeah. But junior high was bad. High school, fantastic, man. It was a lot more of a little bit of openness and kind of blending in with everybody else, but still being myself too, you know?
At the same time.
Yeah. Same thing as you, like sports. I played baseball, and you find your friend group, music, I'm playing
All that
music,
stuff,
and man.
Well, you came into your own once you started getting towards high school, probably then. Right?
Yeah. I'd say like 15, 16, right around
15,
like junior
16.
year, I got comfortable with my friend group and like who I was going to classes with, because it was still the same people for the most part.
Yeah.
But, you kind of get accustomed to people's personalities and like kind of feel like you could open up a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
When it comes to, so we're both, we talked about this earlier, we're both in the service industry now.
Yes.
Did you do anything else like before the whole serving stuff?
I have a whole laundry list of jobs that I've worked.
You're joking.
Dude, I jumped from job to job when I was younger. Now, so I've been at this place now for a little over, actually we're going on a year, I think in June or July.
Yeah.
But when I moved out to California, it was my first foray into like living on my own, paying bills and everything. Prior to, it was like living at my parents'. But dude, I've worked at a lot of Italian delis. I worked at AutoZone, Advanced Auto Parts.
Oh, bro,
Dude,
AutoZone's the worst.
Oh, it was the worst.
Dude.
It was the best part about it was doing deliveries to other mechanic shops to deliver parts. I would be bumping music. Get to leave. I was getting paid for it. It was great. There was a couple times where we had to drive to Brooklyn to drop off parts.
Oh, you were probably like, this is the best drive.
I'll do it. Dude, I was gone for an hour and a half, milking the clock. I stopped off at the bank. I did my laundry.
You're joking.
No, I didn't do my
I was going to say,
laundry,
that would have been hilarious.
Oh, dude, it was
bro.
great. I was like I was stopping off.
Brooklyn's a 15-minute drive. It's been an hour and a half. You're like, I'm freaking separating my whites. Leave me alone.
Leave me alone, please. It was great. But yeah, dude, I've worked countless jobs, mostly in the food industry.
Yeah.
But out in New York, before I came out here, is when I got my foot in the door with bartending and serving and
the whole service industry stuff.
Yeah.
Dang. Bro, AutoZone. Man, no disrespect to anybody that works at AutoZone. All you guys look like you hate your lives.
Oh, they do.
I never met one happy AutoZone guy.
No. O'Reilly's, AutoZone, Advanced Auto, all those chains, Pep Boys.
Yeah.
You walk in, it's so defeating.
O'Reilly's.
Oh no. That's what it is.
This shit sucks. That's what they need to change.
Change the jingle.
Change the jingle.
Come to Danny.
I swear. O'Reilly's. This shit sucks.
Wow.
But yeah, man. No, the service industry is fantastic. I'll tell you that.
It's great,
it's
man.
Got its ups and downs, but you always. I feel like everybody just comes back to it.
It does, because it checks a lot of boxes, you know?
It really does. It really does. You get the the interactive part of it. It's pretty good money too. I'm not gonna for anybody that thinks that servers make nothing, you're wrong.
No, you're not. You're right. Tip us, please.
Oh,
like we make
can
nothing.
Can we cut that out? Cut that out. Yeah, it is horrible.
Please come in.
It is horrible. But no, I love the service industry. I got into it. When did I get into it? I was 22.
Okay.
I was 22 when I had my first service industry job. But I would say before then, I was already in the industry, but not directly in there because I did security for a bar / bowling alley. So security, it was a restaurant too.
Okay, so like a bouncer.
It was a security guard. I mean, you know what? Bouncer.
Bouncer is a more like relatable kind of thing.
Yeah, I was a bouncer. That was my first. That was my first job.
When you were 5'2", or when you hit your growth?
No. I was 19 at this time. I was already. No, I was heavy into lifting weights. I was already like
They called him Diesel Danny.
I wish. No, but yeah. So that was my first job. I did security. I was gonna get into law enforcement. Went to school for it. Got my bachelor's and everything. That didn't freaking pan out, obviously, because I'm here.
Maybe for the best.
I made that decision myself, bro. Yeah. Just not an industry I wanted to, to pursue, whatever. But I did also like a plethora of other stuff. So I did security, and then the whole COVID thing happened. I actually ended up working at a warehouse in Patterson.
Okay.
For a while, because the whole COVID thing happened, everybody closed down, so I had to find another job. I worked as a cadet for one of the local police departments. I did a freaking internship at the correctional facility out here. So like I did a bunch of different stuff. And sometimes at the same time, I was working at the warehouse, doing security, and then serving and going to school at the same time. I did 3 jobs and I was in college. Yeah. It was in university.
Gnarly.
Yeah. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. I was always used to having. I don't think I remember one time where I only had one job.
That's not bad, man. You're about making money.
Yeah, I'm about surviving.
Well, yeah.
And trying to build a future out of the money that I make.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I look at it. Even now, I don't work just one job. I'm also in sales.
Okay.
I'm a sales guy. So, corporate sales. I do corporate sales and I serve. And right now, I'm pretty happy with, with both those gigs. So we'll see where life's going to take me. Do you ever see yourself ever getting out of the industry?
Oh, no.
See?
No,
dude, I don't either. I mean, I got to be connected to it in some way, shape, or form because it's great.
It is. It's like, let alone the money. The money's great. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Like we have great nights, but it's such a stuff. I couldn't imagine myself.
After this episode, everything just goes down. They're just like, these guys. Yeah, don't give them anything. They make money.
Too much.
Too much.
Cut them off.
Too much.
No, but it's
No tax on tips.
Trump. What are you gonna do about that? It's just such a fun job. I could not imagine being in an office. The whole hierarchy.
8 hours a day.
8 hours a day. You know,
It's
just
tough.
on a computer. It's. I mean, listen. To some extent, with the sales job, I don't know the full scope of it of what you do. But I
Yeah.
mean, like, you know,
There's human
are you,
interaction, yeah.
Yeah,
I
see,
call
that's-
customers and stuff, and you have
Yeah.
to establish relationships because what I sell, it's not one and done. You have to get them to keep coming back and buying different stuff from you. So you have to establish a relationship with those people. And you
Right.
talk to, like I talk to one of my customers every single day. I call him, and he's in all the way in New.
He's just your pen
He's in
pal.
Jersey, bro. He's in all the way in New Jersey. I call him every day. Even if I don't have anything lined up for him, I'm like, "What's up?" He goes, "What's up?" I'm like, "How's the day going?"
He just laid in
Yeah,
bed.
I
just
swear.
like-
He's like, "Bro, it's garbage." He's like, "Do you have anything for me?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Damn."
click.
Click. No, he talks. He goes, "Man, my dog." He starts going off, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then I'll sit there and talk, and then my boss will walk in and be like, "Did you tell him anything?" I was like, "Nah, he wasn't interested."
I got him though. Next
I got
time.
him next time. He's just waiting. I swear.
He's playing hard to get. We're
Yeah.
building a little rapport.
No. I swear to God, I tried really, really hard.
Your boss is gonna listen.
I swear to God.
He's like,
I
"You're
tried
talking to him for
really,
2 hours?"
really, really hard, man. But yeah, dude. I think at the end of the day, it's like if you're a people person,
Yeah,
this is the job for you.
for sure.
Yeah, even sales too. I'll say that as well. If you're
Yeah.
not a people person, get out. Like, you know, you should be somebody that would maybe work in an office and have like a structured day of like, these are your tasks, go do it, and that's it.
Yeah, some
Not
people
everybody's
need,
like that.
no, I was about, yeah, some people need that. Other people are able to kind of just sort of like, all right, these are your parameters, but
Figure it out.
figure it out.
Figure it
go
out.
go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not for everybody. Sales in general, whether it be at commercial sales like yourself or
Yeah,
just
for sure.
you know, restaurant industry. It's like we see it here too. Like how many people that you're like you could just kind of tell maybe they need a little bit more time, maybe they need to sort of open up.
Yeah.
I feel like I was one of those. I had a busser job when I was 15 or 16 at this like small Italian restaurant.
Mhm.
Hated it. But I think at that time for me,
But
it just-
also busing's a little different.
busing is different. You know,
Yeah.
again, the whole hierarchy.
There's
of
not that much
server and-
interaction other than like, can I get this out of the way for you?
Yeah.
You're not like establishing a relationship with the customer in the time that they're there.
Yeah, yeah.
To like, you know, get
Very
something
hands
done.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, let me get this out of the way, blah, blah, blah. For us, we have to say, do you want anything else? You have to make small talk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like, dude, servers that just go, "Hi, what can I get you?" And then they get it from. I'm like, those guys stink. Like,
Yeah.
it's not even about the tip at that point, bro. Just be a normal human being. Talk to talk
Yeah.
to them, man.
Show a little engagement.
Some people
and-
won't give you that time of day,
Yeah.
and
that's okay.
fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine. You
But
got
that's
7 other tables that might.
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's really a people person job, and I really, really stick with that. Like, if you're not a people person,
Don't do it.
don't do it.
No.
Don't do it because you're gonna ruin the reputation of the restaurant that you work in,
Yeah.
and you're gonna make yourself look bad. And it's not even that you're a bad service, dog. It's just not a people
It's just
person.
not for you. And
It's
that's
just
okay.
not for you. Yeah.
It's. I'll tell you, man. It's a weird thing because I also think too. Sometimes people need to sort of. You gotta kind of be in it to get out of it.
Yeah.
You know. Again, like I feel like initially when I first started, I wasn't exactly as the whole East Coast thing, and like
Yeah.
that sort of like cold callous kind of thing. It's sort of like so task like. You want a drink?
Get it
Tell
done.
me what the drink is.
Yeah.
I'll make it. Good. We're done.
Yeah.
It took me a little bit to kind of like, you know what? These people are here to talk
Yeah, but
to
now
you.
you do
They-
great.
Oh, right. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think some people need a little bit more time to kind of open up.
Yeah.
Other people, it's just not for them. And then other people, it's just like, I don't know. Who's the third person?
No, that's it.
It's just those.
That's it, bro. It's either like you need some time or like you're just
It's
not
just
gonna
not
get
for
it,
you.
bro. Oh, the
Yeah.
third person could be you just right away. You
Oh
get it.
yeah. Oh, you just that's a fit.
click.
That's it.
Like
yeah.
this is it. Yeah. Okay, if you could ever do another job, what would it have been? Like, what was Vinny's dream?
Vinny's dream.
Like,
All right.
this is what I thought I was gonna do for the rest of my life.
7-year-old Vinny,
Yeah.
baseball player, New York Yankees.
No way.
Yeah, dude. I was.
Did
I
you
was
play
in it.
baseball,
I
or you
did.
just had a freaking? You're
I
like,
did.
I'm gonna do it.
No, 14 years, man. I played. I started when I was like 5 or 6.
No way.
And yeah, dude, I played up until high school, and I feel like if you asked the high school team I was on, they're like, "This kid sucks." I really, man, I was on like travel teams and stuff like that. We went down. So being in New York, we went to like Connecticut, Jersey. We went down to Georgia for a tournament at one
you
point
went to
too.
states.
We went to
Not even
states, man.
cities,
No,
bro.
no. We went to states, dude. I was in some good teams and a lot of good travel ball.
That's dope.
It was, but also play music, and around that time of like 16, 17, you know, again, you're like finding yourself.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
like,
not gonna make it.
I'm
This
going
isn't
to be
happening.
realistic.
Yeah.
I just enjoyed music a lot more.
30
man.
mile an hour fastball.
like-
You're like, yeah.
He's still on the mound. Do they have nobody else? It was. I enjoyed the creativity of music. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed kind of being able to like put myself into something and create with people, and just it was a lot more fun.
Yeah.
So it fell off, and then you know even now, but 17-year-old Vinny was like musician. You know,
Yeah.
I'd love to like be in a band and tour and play shows and
still
go
do
out.
that.
Oh no, I know, and that's what I'm trying
You
to
are
do.
trying to do, right?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. No, I'm still playing,
Why
still
not?
pursuing it. It's something that like it's never ending, you know.
Yeah.
But 32-year-old Vinny, I couldn't imagine anything else, honestly. Like I really do enjoy this job. I
That's
really
great.
enjoy this field. It's,
No, that's
it's
great, bro.
I'd love to open up my own place, but I don't know.
What would you call it?
Booth 2, duh.
It's just my face and your face.
That's it. Just
It's right there.
it's gonna be Pep Boys, the 3 guys, and just our 2 faces though.
Sponsored by O'Reilly's Auto Parts. Every hour I just pop on the freaking megaphone. This place sucks.
It's like, wow, is this
This
is
is-
Pandora? What is
What's
this?
going on? No, that's good, man. I mean, like, you know, most people, even, dude, I've seen guys in their 50s that are just like, I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life.
It's tough, man.
It's not easy.
It's yeah. I mean, going back to that initial like your identity and like finding yourself.
Finding
I mean,
yourself, bro.
it's a constant struggle for some people. Others just know it right off.
They
the
just figure it
bat.
out, yeah.
You know, you kind of just born into it, and you just know.
Go with it, man.
How about you? Is there anything else? I mean, aside from the service,
Just, dude.
the service, like we're in the
The
military.
service. Pepsi, no ice. No
Yes,
problem, sir. I've
sir.
served my community well. For me, I don't know, man. I always wanted to be a business owner. Exactly what business? I don't know yet. Maybe in the service industry, I'd want to own something, but you know, maybe on the sales side, I'd want to own something. I just whatever I do, I have to be passionate about it. That's
Of
my thing. Like, I
course.
gotta push. I gotta feel some type of hunger to like want to be better and be better and better. If I can see the ceiling, I don't want to do it. Like
yeah.
I want to be like, there's a lot more I can do. Like,
You
let me
don't want to
figure
be
it
able
out.
to see the ceiling. You
No,
know?
exactly.
Yeah.
I want to push past it and like see what else I can do for it. I don't know. For me personally, so like my pops came here, and he landed a city job. I think like when I was like 1 or 2, so I was like very, very small, and like he worked for the city of San Francisco, so it was great pay, right? So that was his thing of success. He's like, just get a city job, Or get
Yeah.
a job where you get benefits. You know, you'll buy a house, you'll retire,
You're set.
you're good. In his
Yeah.
mind, he's like, you're good.
You
You'll
don't
be
have to
fine.
worry.
No, yeah, you're good. You work your hours, you come home, you have some vacation time, paid time off, all this stuff. But for me, I'm like, dude, I want more than that. Like that's what you gave me. I gotta find something that I gotta get a step up. If you got our family to middle class from being an immigrant, my job is to take us from middle class up a notch.
That's right.
Otherwise, then I just ran with what you gave me. And for some people, that's fine.
okay. Yeah.
They're cool with that. They're like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like, for me, no. I've always been like, I need to figure out a way to like get better, do more, figure out how I can keep making money even when I'm sitting at home, all that stuff. And that's kind of why I think I worked all those jobs, growing, into the age that I am now, is because I was like, there's more I can do.
Yeah.
There's more, and those were jobs that I worked where there was a ceiling. So I'm like, what's my next thing? Work that job and find another job where I can make more money, or do more, or like the whole thing for me with making more money was not about lifestyle. It's not like I wanted a Benz or a Porsche or whatever.
Right.
It was being able to accumulate enough cash to be like, okay, I have this cash now. What can I do with it to make a better life for myself, make my money work for me in a sense? And I'm still doing that today.
Yeah.
That's basically what I do. Is like, I don't want to be working until I'm 65, 70. It's fine.
No, there's nothing wrong with
People
that.
are used to that.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to if you
No.
don't. You know what I mean? If you could find a way to enjoy more of your life and still work in something you're passionate about,
Yeah. Dude, I can count on one hand how many vacations my dad's taken with my mom.
that's crazy.
Because there's just like,
Do you think that's just him as a person? I guess like in him growing up, like how old was he how old were your parents when they moved here?
My dad was in his, so my dad was mid-20s, my mom was late 20s.
And then how long were they here before they had you?
My dad, so my mom had me at 36. My dad is 3 years younger than my mom, so he was 33.
Okay, so maybe like what, 7, 8 years, give or take?
Yeah, I would say so. Probably five.
Probably
5, 6.
Say
5, 6 years.
That's nuts.
No, 7, 8, because my sister.
Well,
my sister's 4 years old. Yeah, no, so 7, 8 years, yeah.
See, I'm curious too in his sense, like him taking like vacation time and stuff like that, even though he's allotted for it, right? Like I wonder if he has that.
We go to LA, that's it.
And then even then, it's still California. Drive or fly?
Drive.
You took the cheaper option. You're in San Francisco. You could
I've
fly.
never been on a plane with my family.
Oh, that's
Ever.
But see, now, okay. Do you think your dad and maybe your mom too, for some extent, do you think they grew up with that like scarcity mindset of like
my dad? Yes.
Yeah, like
Not
just
my
like
mom.
not having. Well,
My
your mom
came
growing
from
up
a
in
wealthy family.
Oh.
My mom came from a wealthy family, so they're on completely two different ends of the spectrum. My mom was used to the good things in life. My dad wasn't. He's from a working class family back home.
Right. And working class back there is probably a little bit different than working class in the States.
Yeah, for sure. Here, you make great money being working class. Over
Right.
there, you just survived.
You're just on that threshold.
Yeah, you just survived. So, like, for him, he's like, this is great. I got a house. I can freaking, now I'm retired.
What
I
more
want to
do I
stay
need?
home.
Yeah, right.
And he does. He stays home, and it drives my mom up a wall. She's like, I want to do stuff. He's like, I worked for freaking this many years, dude. I'm relaxing.
That's
You want it?
nuts.
Like, my dad would be like, you want to take your mom? Take your mom. I'd be like, let's go to a restaurant. Take your mom.
He's just chilling at home.
He's just
like,
chilling at home. And like to her, like she doesn't get it, but I understand his perspective from a sense.
well, yeah, and I'm
then
sure you
I get
understand
her
your mom's
perspective.
too.
Yeah, I get it. I'm like, she wants to enjoy something. you know?
Yeah, and it's like, listen, you only live once. You're only around, at least as far as we know,
I always
one
say that
time.
all the
You know what I
time,
mean?
yeah.
Like, you got to enjoy. That's crazy because, like, obviously his upbringing
Yeah.
is like inducing the way of like how he's living now.
Yeah.
So it's like he's got this money, he's got the security, and for him, it's like he probably doesn't want to lose it. He's probably worried, like, okay, especially he's retired now. No.
Yeah, he's right. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to lose the money. Like, like he's got this like scarcity thing where your mom, it's like,
Just do it.
just do it.
My
yeah.
mom, from when I told her I want to own a business or I want to figure out how to make more money with whatever I'm doing,
Yeah.
do it. She's like, your grandfather did that. I want you to do that. She's like, that was the best time of my life. She's like, I want you to be a man that takes care of his entire family, like not just your wife, your kids, everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Everybody. If your sister comes with you with something and she needs your help, you're gonna be
You
the one
should
to help
be-
her.
right,
If
you're
your
the
friend
one.
comes to you and he's like, Dan, I need your help, you're gonna be the one to help them. Like she's like, that to me is like the best type of person to have around. And she's
Yeah.
like, and I want you to be that
A
person.
provider.
Yeah, but not just to your family, to everybody.
Everybody.
That was the thing to her is like, you want to be somebody everyone can count on. Not just your wife, not just your kids. Anybody that trusts you, that loves you, you should be the person that they can count on.
That's a beautiful thing.
It is.
That is for somebody that's coming up
Cold.
cold.
That's where it's different.
that's
it's
very
a deeper meaning.
yeah,
than just
yeah.
than the outside of being like, oh, you're so sweet, you're so nice.
The
No.
pleasantries.
The pleasantries on the outside, to
Yeah.
her, it's the root of the person, the real character of the person that
Yeah.
matters. Not all that subtle,
the thank yous.
beautiful
the you're
bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that to her doesn't matter.
That's
It's not really who you are.
That's very interesting, man. Do you think your mom and your dad at least like is that's like a point of contention between the two of them?
Always
or?
has been.
Yeah.
Always has been. Always has been. It's never changed since I'm 25 now. It's been like that for 25 years.
25. They've been together for 20.
25 years.
How long have they been together for?
My sister's 29, 30 years.
That's great. I mean, hey,
31.
God bless them for being together still. My parents are not, but
Oh, see,
Yeah.
that's a different dynamic.
It is, it is.
So how was that, bro? Like, how old were you when they separated?
I was 26, 27.
Oh, you were older, bro.
I
Shut
was,
up.
yeah.
Shut up.
I'm over here trying to milk it,
I'm
like, just-
feeling bad for you. I'm like, oh man, three-year-old little Vinny is just like, what's going on? You're 26, bro.
He's like,
You're
what's
already
going on?
Out of the house. You're like, what's going on? I'm divorcing your father. You're like, oh.
No,
There you go.
It was a long time coming.
It was a long time coming. Did you see that like early on where you're like,
yeah.
oh, this is, I don't even know why they're together at this
Oh,
point.
yeah. I would say probably like 11, 12. You're just kind of like, they don't fit together.
No.
And that's okay. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Did they
relationships.
at least sleep in the same bed?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like they tried to make it work for the
Yeah.
longest time. But
Dude, I've seen people that are together to this day. They don't sleep in the same bed. And
That's wild
weird.
to me. That's
It's
like 1950s kind of thing. Like
It's
two
weird.
separate beds in the same room. And it's
I'm
just
going
like,
to bed, honey.
click.
I'll see you in the morning. If you need
Just
water,
turns
just
over.
yeah, just like.
Don't wake me when you get up.
Oh, that's horrible, bro. See, I couldn't do that.
No.
I couldn't do that. I have too much of my dad in me to where like I'm so lovey-dovey with my wife.
Oh, God.
I couldn't have that just cold, like just like good night, and just freaking go to sleep.
It's like, why even be in the relationship at that point?
A lot of
I feel like
for the kids.
It's always for the kids.
It's probably
It's
for the
always
kids.
for the kids.
It's for the kids, bro.
But it's like-
it's also you don't want to lose half your shit.
Yeah. What is it? Cheaper to keep her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's tough. I mean, every relationship has its dynamic, and some people, dude, it works. I've seen it. Like people are happy for 5 years, and then for the 6th year, something happens, and they're like, no, it's not gonna work anymore. And then they don't. They just
that's
have
it.
Relationships are a complicated thing, man.
They are.
It takes two to tango, and that's
It
that's
does.
a real thing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are easy to put blame on the other party and not acknowledge
Maybe you're just
their fault
different.
in
You
it.
grew.
Maybe people grow, people
People
change.
grow,
It happens, man.
It
I mean,
happens, bro. How many friends do you have that were your best bud growing up, and then randomly you're like, yeah, I just don't hang out with that guy anymore.
far too often,
Far too often,
dude.
bro.
And especially if you move. I mean,
Oh God, goodbye.
goodbye. That's it, dude. It was.
We're gonna
it
be
was,
friends forever.
It was like picking like flowers off of like a dandelion.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
I moved
yeah.
out here, man, it was just like goodbye,
Dude, yep.
goodbye. It
That's
was
the
just.
worst. It hurts you a little bit. I
It
feel
hurts
like,
a little.
because
You
you're
know,
like, dang.
it's tough because again, to go back to that whole like feeling like comfort and feeling like acceptedness and like being in that group, like you have those friends and it sucks losing them.
Yeah.
But it's like a part of life though. At the same time, like again, you're
Roll
growing,
with the
you
punches,
find
man.
you're finding new groups of people, and
Yeah, that's kind of it's kind of crazy. And for me, like I don't have a set type of friend. Like
your jocks and
I'll put it back to high school standards. Jocks were jocks, nerds
Yeah.
are with nerds. The quirky kids are with the quirky kids. I feel like as you get older, that kind of goes away because I have friends that are completely different from one another. Is it like that with you? Like, do you have friends that like I'll hang out with one person and that person is so different from the other person that I hang out with? I'm like, I would never hang out with both of them at the same time.
Oh yeah,
'cause
you
they're
could
just so
couldn't-
different.
Yeah, you wouldn't imagine them being in the same
In the same room.
together.
Where back then,
Yeah.
everyone's alike. You have the same interests, the same music, that type of stuff. Maybe one thing or two things are kind of different from
Yeah,
each
like
person.
and
no one's a carbon copy. But like when you get older, I feel like you really are able to like adapt to like you be like, okay, this person likes this, but I like that. That doesn't mean I can't be their friend.
Yeah, you're a little bit more open to being like, all right, there's different people, different viewpoints and everything,
Interests
different
and all
interests.
that stuff.
But it still doesn't deter from them being a good friend.
A good friend.
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Unless
They-
you let it get in the way.
Well, yeah.
I've seen that happen with politics.
Yeah, it's always the politics, religion. I mean,
All
it's
that
just,
stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. Once you let that get in between your relationship, then I can see that happening where people are like, yeah, I'm going to get away from this guy or I'm going to get away from this guy.
And it sucks because it's like ultimately, like, I think across the board, I think people just want to live their life, live it how they want to.
Yeah.
And it's like, it sucks those like other, I feel like some people think it's a big thing, but I feel like it's like the little things that kind of like just separate you. And it's like,
It really is.
Yeah,
No, I've seen that happen a billion times, bro.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen a billion times. Like, I have friends that, I've had, groups of friends. Like, one person is on the left, one person's on the right. And for the longest time, they knew that, but then something happens politically, and then they start arguing.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, I'm not going to hang out with this freaking guy anymore. And I'm like, dog, over one thing?
And it wasn't even anything like directly
Huge,
to you.
no.
Well, let alone like not being huge or not. But it's
Yeah.
like it wasn't anything directly between you and your friend.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't like your friend slept with your ex
Yeah,
or
something like that,
hit
yeah.
your sister or
Yeah,
something. Like
yeah.
it has no direct correlation to your friendship.
To your relationship.
Yeah, dude. Back east, so being in bands and everything, I was friends with a lot of musicians.
Yeah.
And I had a group of friends that were in a band,
Mhm.
and it was around the time of the George Floyd riots.
Ooh.
And they were trying to do something in the band. There was two guys that were trying to do something to sort of like highlight the riots and sort of like be in support of it.
Yeah.
Where one guy was sort of like, I don't really want to do that. I think it's like kind of maybe passe or just kind of like not our place. Like we should just play music sort of thing.
Right.
They didn't align with it. And because of that, the band broke up. They're like,
No
hey,
way.
we're like, they weren't even really friends. I'm sure there was a lot more like underneath it,
Yeah, but still.
but still,
Like
to
on the
have-
surface level,
yeah,
you should be like, this is something that could have been resolved.
yeah, and it sucks because it's like, again, like those things that, like, again, like you said, like you're fine for the longest time, and then like that one little thing, and it just
Sparks something.
just
and then
sparks it, and that's it.
boom.
Yeah,
That's it, bro. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. I mean, friendship, to me, dude, and not everybody's like this. When it comes to friendships, I really, really value it because, like, I always have this, like, you can't choose your family.
but you can pick your friends.
You can pick your friend, and that's huge to me, bro. That's huge. Dude, how many family members do you look at and you go like, this guy's garbage? Or like this chick.
Why is he in
You're
the
like,
family?
oh
Can
my
we kick him
God,
out?
dude, this cousin is coming? Jesus Christ.
It's
Like,
gonna be a bad night.
yeah, it's like, I can't stand this person. But with your friends, you picked all of them.
Yeah, you know exactly what you're getting out of each and every one of them.
Yeah. So that, I don't know, friendship for me is like a huge thing that I really, really, I mean, look at this podcast. Like, I did it with a friend. I didn't do it with a cousin. I didn't do it with my sister. I didn't do it with nobody else. I did it with my friend.
You hear that, family? I've got one up on you.
He's better. No, but it's just, I don't know. Yeah, friendship to me has always been something that's very, very important because, like, I really, really hold it strongly to my heart. Like, if you're my friend, I'll do anything for you. I don't care. Like, it is. That's how I am. It's not just like, if we just talk here and there, you're not really my friend. You're an
It's an acquaintance kind of, yeah.
But dude, if we connect on stuff and we hang out and we talk about this and life and all that stuff, dude,
It's a lot more. It's a lot
yeah,
deeper.
it's a lot deeper, bro.
Yeah, and you need that too.
And
You
you
need
need that.
friends. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't just be like by yourself. Like that's just
That's boring.
it's
That's
like the
boring.
whale. You ever see the whale?
Yeah.
Oh,
You talking
God.
about Brendan Fraser?
Brendan Fraser just sitting on your couch,
He's like,
he's eating his pizza folded up.
That's
I've never seen a man eat a pizza like that before. That was
Folded up?
folded up. Every
wait, was
Italian.
that a real pizza? No. I wonder if it was.
I don't
Dude, he
want to.
must have trained for that scene.
He's like, how do you do this? He's like, we need you to eat. Just unhinge your jaw and just shovel it in there.
There's those chicks from My 1,000-Pound Life. Like, I'll show you.
They brought him on set as a correspondent. Like, this is what you got to do.
Oh my God, they're the understudy. They're like, if you don't do this, I'll be your stunt double for this scene. I will eat.
It's just
all
a
of
close up of their face eating the pizza.
Man, Brendan Fraser, bro, that's a guy that's let himself go. Brendan Fraser.
Let himself go, but just it was like this, like you. He was like Mummy. What was it that Aaron and I just watched?
The Mummy?
No,
George
not
of the
that.
Jungle.
No, not even George of the Jungle. But even that, his body
Encino
was
Man.
insane.
That's where he's a caveman.
Yes,
With Pauly Shore.
Oh my! I just watched that the other night with her.
Dude.
Such a funny, like,
Great
just a
movie.
great movie, and
Great
it's just a
movie.
silly, stupid, funny movie.
Yeah, I
you know,
love that movie, bro.
It's just got Rudy, you got Pauly Shore.
Everyone's
and
in there.
Everyone's in it, and it
in
was
there.
so great.
Yeah.
You know, and this guy, I think he barely spoke 5 words. I think the entire.
Yeah, he was a
thing.
caveman,
He
so
was a
he didn't say
caveman. He didn't
anything.
speak anything.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great movie.
But it was just like that you of just like starting off fantastic,
Boom,
and then it just went down,
lower,
and it just came back right up with the whale, like out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it
he's in
feels
a
like,
lot of
too.
stuff now.
Yeah, I feel like that really catapulted his career back. You know,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen anything since of him, but still.
So, he's like, imagine you're his agent. I got the perfect movie for you. He's like, play it on me. You're going to be an extremely fat gay person. Deal.
Sold.
Oscar now. That's nuts.
Forget Moonlight, the whale.
The whale. Yeah, bro. No, Brendan Fraser. Yeah, that's one of. There's so many actors like that where you see him young, and you're like, this guy's gonna be a freaking stud for the rest.
And just
of the boom,
dud.
garbage. You're like, whoa,
What happened?
What happened to this guy?
Yeah.
Dude, like George of the Jungle, he was insane. Long luscious,
hair.
luscious
Yeah.
hair.
This guy looked like a
ripped
L'Oreal commercial.
tan. I was like, dang, dude, this guy's a savage. And then I saw him. I think it was after the last Mummy movie came out. The one with Jet Li, Tomb of the Dragon. That was the
I
third.
never-
That's the third one.
I didn't even know there was 3. I think I saw the first one.
No,
'cause I-
bro. Yeah, they have 3. So it goes the Mummy.
Yeah.
The Mummy Returns.
Yeah.
And then the Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
I don't even remember.
Where Jet Li is the evil mummy.
Didn't even see it. Didn't even know about
The
it.
disrespect.
Disrespect to Jet Li. Forget about Brendan Fraser.
Jeez. No, yeah. So Brendan Fraser. After that, I saw him a couple years later in something else. I'm like, dang, this guy got fat. and he was losing his hair.
Yeah, that's
I'm
that's a double
what
whammy.
the hell
Yeah,
happened
it's
to
like
this
either
guy?
one or the other. It's like Kevin James still has a full head of hair, but he's fat. You know, it's like
He's
well, not
always
anymore.
been.
Well,
Yeah, he fluctuates.
yeah. I mean, obviously, I think the last time I
Have
saw
you
him
ever
was
seen Jack Black skinny? I'd love to see that.
I would love to. That would be weird. That would be.
He doesn't
that's
have the
like-
head shape. For
He
it.
doesn't have. No, you get that like lollipop head kind of thing, like big head, little body. You know, and just
He looks like Kung Fu Panda.
he does. He does.
You could paint him white and black, and then
Like-
you're like, that's him.
Well, that's why his name is Jack White Black.
It is
That's
not.
what, it's not. No.
I was gonna be. That's insane. If that's his.
That's
real
why they picked him to be Kung Fu Panda.
name. No, I think Jack is his middle name. Actually.
Oh, he's like one of those, huh? Like Jon Stewart too.
Jon Stewart. Yeah.
I
that's
did
his
that a
middle
little
name.
while when I had social media and I was like trying to
Shut
put
up.
like drum videos. It was so my middle
What
name
is your middle name?
Vincent
Vincent Anthony Rizzo.
Yeah,
Dude.
that's
Yeah, you should have had spaghetti on your head when you came out of the womb.
I did.
That's it.
Actually. It was a dollop of ricotta on my head. That was
Your
it.
mom's there grating cheese.
He's Italian. Mamma mia.
That's insane.
I just came out like
So
this.
you went by Anthony Rizzo?
I went by Vincent Anthony.
Oh my dude.
I thought that was a nice little like play.
No, I think of Casey Anthony.
I'm just chopping off penises.
Oh wait, what? Wait, what?
Wasn't that Casey Anthony?
No.
Wait, which one was Casey
That's
Anthony?
the one who made her daughter disappear, bro.
Oh, wait. Who's the one that chopped the penis off?
I have no idea. Somebody chopped off penises?
Yeah, the guy did porn after it. It got surgically reattached. Yeah, you don't know.
No.
We're going to fact check this.
That is insane.
There was a chick. Oh, I don't even want to say it because I don't even know what it is exactly. But there was a chick that chopped off her guy. Lorena Bobbitt? Lorena Bobbitt? Is that? I feel like it's that. She chopped off a guy's penis in his sleep because he was like cheating on her or something like that.
I've heard that, but I didn't know it was like a.
It was a whole thing, yeah. And the guy ended up when he got, he came to. Well, no, he came to immediately. Chopped it, but no, they resurgically attached it, and then he did porn after it for a while because it was like I know, right? Like you see the scars on it.
That's
like,
disgusting, man.
Ugh. Anyway, yeah. So Casey Anthony, Vincent Anthony. All right,
Okay,
maybe.
so why'd you do that?
There was a point in time where I was like not happy with my last name.
What?
I don't know. It's such a weird thing to say now. Like now I just Vincent Rizzo. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I love it. But there was a point in time where I was kind of like, I don't know. You want to be different. You want to kind of like have like a stage name or something like that. You know? And
Yeah.
it just, yeah, man. I went by Vincent Anthony for a very long time.
I tried to go by my middle name once, and it just immediately when somebody said, like, "Yeah, never mind."
Wait, what's your middle name?
Shant, but it's spelled Shant.
Shant.
Yeah, but when you read it, what do you read it as?
Shant?
Yeah,
Danny Shant?
Danny Shant.
Danny Shant be doing
yeah,
this.
no, yeah. I wanted that to be my first name,
Shant?
Shant.
Oh, Sean.
Yeah, I wanted to say it as my first name. I remember I went into a Starbucks and I put, it's Shant, S-H-A-N, and then they read it out. Shant.
You're like,
Shant.
this
I'm
ain't
like,
it.
yeah.
If you want to know if it's gonna fare well, go to Starbucks, give them an
Put your name there.
and see how
See
it
if
goes.
it'll go. Yeah, because if not, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, if they can't pronounce it, nobody's gonna be
No.
able to.
Should have went by Tony. That would have been a good one.
Tony would be good.
Tony?
Oh wait, me or you?
You.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Vincent
Well,
Anthony.
see, yeah, but like I don't know. My dad goes by Tony,
Oh.
right? So it's kind of
Is
like
it Anthony? Is this
his name's Anthony. Yeah, that's why. So Tony for
yeah.
me. So and I mean, his dad went by Tony too. So it's just kind
It
of
was
like
Anthony?
It's like, dude,
Is
it's
he a
like,
junior?
No, he wasn't. No, he was Anthony. I to be honest with you, I'm 32. I knew my grandfather as Tony. I don't even know if that was his real. Like, I don't know if it was just Tony. That's just how I knew him. You know?
What?
Yeah, man.
You don't know your grandfather's first name?
I'm hoping to God it's Tony.
Dude, if it's not,
That would be.
you got to figure that out.
I'd be like, is he really my grandfather?
Yeah, at that point.
Right? No,
That's
it was
not-
definitely him. No, my dad looks exactly like him. They were damn near the same person, dude.
Was it really? Yeah.
Seriously, no,
That's how it
'cause-
is for my dad and his dad, yeah.
You know, it's similar to your dad. My father also ended up working for the city of New York as a
there you go.
mechanic. But
Okay, yeah.
he was a mechanic because he learned because of my grandfather.
Oh, all right.
So he kind of kept it going with it. And then, of course, I'm like, nah, I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he picked up the looks, the mannerisms. I mean, like,
yeah.
you
It's
know.
always carbon copy of the dad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do you ever do stuff that makes you think, like, damn, that was my dad that just
Oh,
came out of
yeah.
me?
Oh, dude, and I feel
the
like
weirdest feeling
it's
ever,
weird.
isn't it,
It's
bro?
like that whole like what is it? Something in nurture.
Oh, nature and nurture.
Nature nurture kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know, it's like how much of us is because of our parents,
Yeah.
and how much of it is just because of like society and everything else, just your everyday life.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and yeah, man, I caught myself recently complaining about something. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what my dad would say.
right?
Yeah,
I
and
do
it's
that.
just, it's crazy.
Yeah, my dad does that all the time. I got my knack of I make fun of people.
Yeah.
like just cause I don't know, maybe it's an ADHD thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not like because I think that I'm better than them. I'll just notice stuff, and I'll be like, that guy's got freaking huge ears. Look at the ears on this guy.
Look
And
at Dumbo.
bro. It's my dad. My dad will do that, and his dad does the same thing. 90 years old, my grandpa.
He's still shit talking.
I will take him in the car when I go to LA to visit him.
Yeah.
I'll be driving. And then, like, let's say we get to a stop sign.
Uh-huh.
There's an old Armenian man with a gigantic schnoz. He'll look at him and be like, isn't he embarrassed? How could you walk around now?
What is he gonna do
He's
with
like-
it?
he's like,
He's
dude,
just wearing a mask over
I
his
swear
entire
he'll be
life.
like, dude, look at this guy's nose. This is insane. If he sneezes, we're all going down.
That's it.
And
This
he's
is what Twister-
90, and he still does it. And my dad got it from him. And like, dude, this is like when I go to places, public places, like I'll go to church.
Yeah.
My wife will not let me sit in the front row.
No, you
because
can't.
she's
You're like, look at this priest. He
no,
probably
I
touches
swear,
kids.
Jesus, let's not take it to the no. But like she's saying, I'll do the same thing. I'm like, God, man. I'm like, could this guy's head have gotten any bigger? Like I can't even see. I'm like trying to take communion. I'm like, I can't even see past this guy's freaking head, and his ears have hair. Like, come on, you can't have both.
Pick one or the other.
Pick
man.
one or the
You
other.
want ear hair or big head?
Big-
All right.
Exactly.
Ear hair is a lot
Bro,
easier to deal with.
It is just how it is. I feel like maybe it's a guy thing.
I think it is.
They take after their father.
No,
the
I thought
girls-
you meant the shit talking.
No,
well, the
well,
girls take after their mother, though. I
I've
feel
seen
like
that.
I think that's a very, very
That's a big one too.
yeah. I don't know.
I don't know, dude. It's a weird thing. You're basically a carbon copy of your parents, bro. Just like, with better ideals, probably.
Hopefully, I feel like again, like the whole thing, like you trying to do better than your parents.
Than
Like
your
that's
parents,
that's always the litmus test. You know what I mean? Like that's that like bar.
Yeah.
And it's like you try to do better than them. You know?
Yeah, it's a tough thing to live up to, though. I feel like, especially in this day and age.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, that just depends on how your parents are. Like, if your parents are like, you got this, do it,
Yay.
24/7, 100%. Yeah, they have no expectations for you. But like, if I get 4 A's and 1 B, that would be like, what's up with the B?
Well,
I'm like,
why'd you get the B? You got
are
4
you
A's.
shitting me? I was like, bro, didn't you get C's when you were in school?
He's like, yes, you should do better.
Yeah, you should do better. I came here for you, and you come
That's
here.
that's the
That worst.
guilt, that's immigrant guilt
Oh, it's the worst.
of like I came here for you to do better,
Yeah.
and this is what you're doing for me.
Yeah, 100%.
It's like why you got all Asian doctors and lawyers. It's like
Yeah, because they're just like, because they tell their kids they're like, it's not enough.
yeah, you got.
And some people either fold under that pressure and they're like, I'll never be enough. Ugh.
That's it.
Or they'll be like, I'm going to just do whatever I
That's
can.
it. Just
and just take it so that if they're on their deathbed, they'll be like, you're enough.
it's like finally that one thing.
like finally I got those words of affirmation.
I got the words of affirmation and a dead parent.
wait. Is that
Perfect.
Oh, Jesus. No, yeah, I feel like that was kind of my thing growing up too, dude. I got praise, but not when I wanted to get it. Like when
It's
I
like
would
the
do
most
something-
random thing.
Yeah, it's like random. It's like
You
yo,
put the milk away. Yay.
yeah, good job. And I'm like, I did this. He's like, that's good. I'm like, okay, there's nothing else. That's
Like,
it. That's
yeah?
good. He's like, it's early.
It's early.
Dude, that's what my parents would always do. Like they'd be like, don't get excited. Like if I like, hey, I got this thing that I think is gonna pan out really well. They're like, okay, just wait.
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, bro, it's the worst.
I mean, I get it in a like don't count your eggs before they're hatched.
Yeah,
kind of
before
thing.
they hatch
I get
kind
it
of
like
way.
that, but it's like one of those things like you want to share it and you're kind of like get excited with me and like
Yeah. Let me see it. Let me feel it a little bit.
yeah, like let me enjoy the moment for what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like that whole wisdom of like going through. They've probably had those moments before too, where they're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you
for
know,
sure.
like and then it's just
It just like
It just doesn't
nothing.
pan
Yeah,
out.
It doesn't pan out. Yeah, for my dude, like, well, to give you an example for like my dad, I did martial arts for years, like years. I was like 5 when I started. I stopped when I was 16 or 17 years old.
jeez.
Okay, yeah, and I did a bunch of different stuff. My dad to this day goes, "You should have got your black belt." Like randomly. Like we'll be sitting
You're
there.
just
He's like,
sitting on the couch. He's like,
I was 1 away from my black belt.
what is that? Blue belt?
No, it was brown.
Oh, brown.
Brown.
Is it blue then brown?
Yeah. No, blue was like earlier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it goes like white,
Well, it's white,
yellow, white, yellow, purple, blue, brown, black. For some disciplines, every discipline has got their own thing. I've seen people with stripes and stuff.
Well, that's what I remember. Like on the edge of it, it's like, what is that?
You get yeah, and then like I did that for years, and every time randomly be sitting there, I was like, "Why didn't you get your black belt?" I'm like, "Dude, it's been 10 years.
You're still holding on to that.
You're still holding on to it."
He's gonna be on his deathbed, like, you should have got.
Should have got the black belt. I'm like, you mother. Dude.
Kia!
Remembered how to do that, dude. I swear, yeah. He'll say stuff like this, like you could have opened your own dojo.
No, you could have been a sensei.
You could have had school students. I'm like, bro.
You would have been Mr. Miyagi.
Danny Miyagi.
Danny Miyagi. Forget about Denny Sean.
Danny Miyagi.
Yeah.
That's the name of my dojo. A franchise of Danny Miyagi dojos. Just me with one of those stupid mustaches.
The handlebar.
Yeah. That's buy my T-shirts for $10.99.
$10.99.
$10.99.
The rising sun in the background.
God, I really didn't want to open up my own school, bro.
Like a dojo? Or,
Yeah, that would have been sick, bro.
Yeah, see, business owner.
Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah. I always wanted to own my own thing, but just didn't happen.
You didn't
bro.
become a black belt. That was
that was the one thing. That's
what
my dad to this day. Where's that black belt, bro?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Do you think it's, I don't know, like I look at my parents. Like my parents are pretty proud of like where I'm at, like self-sustaining, but like.
Yeah, like you're doing your thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I think you have a sister.
I do.
I'm an only child.
Yeah.
So I feel like that in some part definitely is like there's only one bar for me.
Right.
And it's the bar that I set for myself. That's it. You know what I mean? Like for you, like you have your sister, but like for you, it's also the only boy, and you know, immigrant. I don't know. There's just like so much.
There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure because like you want to be able to show your family like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're taking the right steps. Like even like when I was going to school, bro, they would push me to go like get your master's, go become a lawyer, do this, do that, and it's like it's a lot of pressure, bro, because you're like, hey, I don't know if you guys have been here before, but this shit ain't easy, bro.
No, it ain't.
It's not. And like at the same time, you have to work and you want to make money. Like, yeah, you can.
You're trying to like move out too. Like, if you want to live on your own, like
your own life, bro.
It's tough.
It's tough, and it's like, dude, how many like. If I go another way, I disappoint you. If I don't do well in the path you set out for me, I'll disappoint you. It's like, what the heck am I supposed to do at this point?
It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly. So it's like, I just came to terms with it. I was like, I'm going to find my own way. I'm going to be successful in the way that I want to become successful. And if they like it, they like it. If not, what are they going to do? I'm their son. They're my mom.
What are they going to disown you?
No.
It's not like you're like a drug dealer or like
no,
homeless
man.
or something like.
I just didn't grab my law degree. Big boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. I didn't go and grab
You're
my
not
law
Harvey Specter.
That would have been kind of nice.
That would be kind of nice,
A little bit nice.
God.
That's a great show, by the way.
I watched it for a little while, man.
What happened?
It's, I don't know, like, you know, here's my thing with some TV shows. It gets so redundant to the point where it's like you have that sweet spot of seasons where it's like, this is good, you don't mind watching.
It's the same thing regurgitated.
But then it gets to a certain point where it's like, I've heard this argument before. He's going to have something happen and it's not going to pan out, but it's going to flip and then he's going to be okay. Yeah. Like, it just gets to the point where it's like, it just became the same episode over and over again.
Yeah, there's no build up.
No, it's just kind of like, happen. You know, and it just, like a Simpsons, you're on like 35 seasons later, and it's just like, all right, dude.
How many times are you going to keep choking your kid?
Yeah, you know, how many times is Krusty the Clown going to come and hey,
exactly.
You know, or Sideshow Bob gets released from prison and he's going to kill Bart.
See, but I don't feel that way with like Family Guy.
No,
it's different.
It's different, but dude, it's different because I feel like it has no cohesiveness to it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just
it is what it is.
It's just each episode is its
own thing. There's no correlation.
No. You know what I mean? Like there's a little tie-ins here and there. Yeah,
and
like,
it's more outrageous.
You think Family Guy's more outrageous
Than Simpsons?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
probably.
for sure, bro.
Probably,
They do
yeah.
a lot more outlandish stuff than Simpsons does.
But see, that's what South Park. I think South Park has a great blend of both of them. I feel like they have continuity.
They hate Family Guy, by the way.
Oh, they know. I've seen it like countless times on their show. But it's like they have continuity, but they have this like outlandishness, and it's
stuff,
like it's a cartoon. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know?
Favorite TV show of all time?
Ugh, honestly, it might be South Park.
Really?
Honestly,
South Park?
I just think the sense of humor, the ability to tell or create a point,
Yeah, make a story,
do it in a way in 30 minutes, and animation on top of that, like just a great blend of everything, you know? I thought it was like very topical too, especially as like technology kind of caught up and was able to sort of do it, that whole like 6 days to air sort of thing. Like, I think it was great. You know, even now, I feel like it's sort of like tapered off a little bit. Their window's gone, but
How long has it been going on
I
for?
mean, 96, 97, I think was the first season.
Dang.
So you figure they're going on like 30 years now. Like that's yeah. How about you?
Favorite TV show
Favorite
of all time?
TV show?
That's tough. Dude, you're going to say, it's going to sound corny. I love The Sopranos.
Yeah, but that's,
I can rewatch it all day. I mean, other than the last episode.
I feel like that's like on
Garbage.
every list of worst last episodes.
Yeah, garbage.
Yeah.
It was garbage.
I'll let you know on a fun fact. Never seen an episode of The Sopranos.
What?
Good night, everybody.
Dude. That's insane.
Never.
You're an
Never.
Italian from New York and you've never seen an episode of Sopranos?
When I grew up, Sopranos was on the air. I think I remember I was like 6 or 7. My parents were in the living room of our apartment. I think it was just like the age thing for me.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
I
watched
just-
it way later in life. Yeah.
Right. But I never got around to watching it.
Dude, you gotta
And it
watch
just, I know. And it's like constantly on everybody's list of like best TV shows.
It's a comedy,
but-
too. Like, there's a lot of funny shit.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
It's
I've
East
seen
Coast
clips of
comedy.
it.
bro.
Yeah,
The
no, that's what I'm
stuff
saying.
that they say, you'll get it.
Yeah, no, it's relatable.
Yeah.
But I just never got around to it.
That's nuts, bro. Yeah, you got to watch it, man.
Yeah.
That is like one of the best shows.
That's tough, dude. Those ones that are like 45-minute plus episodes.
That's tough for you?
Yeah.
You're joking.
No, dude.
What are you, 20 minutes and you're done?
Yeah, bro.
But then you could just regurgitate and then it gets boring after that because each one is like just so fast. You're like, bah, 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 bah,
Oh,
bah.
maybe. I never thought about it like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
You're 15 episodes deep and you're like, oh my God.
It's just the
too
same.
much.
Oh, that.
See, with
that's,
Sopranos, you'll watch like 2 and you're like, I'm good. I'll wait for tomorrow. I'll watch 2 more
Yeah.
because of the length of the episode.
Yeah, you make a good point. Because in my mind, I was like, I thought it was like the.
Bless
Dude, I've been waiting
first
for that.
sneeze of the podcast.
I've been waiting for that.
Dude, I've had to fart for like the last half an hour, but I don't know if this mic is gonna catch
I don't think it's that hot.
Nah.
Yeah, you want to try it?
No,
I just sneezed. I just popped the cherry, dude.
No. I'll save
you
some
just
of
shit
that
your
now.
pants.
Yeah, imagine it's like, yeah, we gotta reshoot this thing.
We gotta reshoot my underwear. It's
This is
just
horrible.
I need a new pair,
Man, shit stories. You got any shit stories?
dude. I've got too many.
Me too.
I abundantly.
Let me hear one.
Okay.
This is something we're gonna do every time. I swear to God, every time we're gonna have it. We're gonna call it the shit segment until we run
the
out.
SS.
The SS. Yeah, well,
No,
no. It's the shit segment. So go ahead. Let me hear it. What's your shit story?
Oh man.
You just had it.
I know, no, but I'm just trying to like categorize this first one. The first one was a fart.
Okay, let me hear it.
Okay. I was 7 or 8
Okay.
going to PS 193 Gil Hodges back in Brooklyn.
Jeez. Okay.
I know that's so. I was what's that?
Gil Hodges.
Gil Hodges, the baseball player. I was running late to school, and I woke up late. My parents overslept their alarm. They had to go to work, so it's this like panic and this hurry and waking up. Like we need to gotta go to school. Gotta go to school. Thankfully, school was close. Maybe like a 6-minute walk, 2-minute drive.
All right.
Finally get to school. At this point, class has been going on for like a half hour, so I run upstairs and like I'm anxious, right? I'm like, oh, I'm late.
Mm-hmm.
Get into the room all flustered and just kind of like worried, like being that last person there. And they're like, oh, Vincent, thanks for joining us. And, go to take a seat. And I'm still kind of catching my breath. And, I feel it's like rumbling in my stomach. And I'm like, oh, no. And then I couldn't hold it back, man. And I just let out the loudest fart.
Oh my God.
And I'll never forget this kid. Jesse Scott Rosenbluth had 2 moms.
Jeez.
Fun fact.
Not that I didn't say Jesus to the two moms thing, just his name. It's like
Jesse Scott Rosenbluth. Yeah, dude, that was a name. But he turned. It was the slowest sort of like.
He just looks right.
He's
at
like,
you. He's like,
"Did you just fart?"
It was you.
It was you. And I felt everybody's eyes on me and just burnt beet red on my cheeks. I was so embarrassed.
That's not that bad.
It's not that bad. No, but 8-year-old me was just like, "That's it."
Bro. I was in 4th grade.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
Middle of a lecture, and I'm like, dude, I think I got a fart coming on. I'm like, it's kind of. She's talking kind of loud. Like let me just let this out, bro. I shit my pants. Like I full on diarrhea in my pants. Like it wasn't like I just shit.
Was it going up your back?
No, it was probably going down my leg at that point. I was just like, oh my God. Like I was just like, I just shit my pants. And I'm in 4th grade, bro. I know. Like I'm not supposed to shit my pants in 4th grade anymore.
You're supposed to go to
too
the
old.
bathroom.
So I'm like, oh my God. But she's not stopping talking, bro. She's in the middle of a history lecture. She's like talking about the Roman Empire, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta tell this lady that I just shit my pants. So I literally, bro, I used to get in trouble all the time because I talk too much. And like I raised my hand and she was already annoyed with me. She's like,
Danny.
She literally went, yes, Daniel. And I went, I diarrheaed. she was like, are you serious? Like, I've never seen a teacher ask somebody that, especially that young. Like, are you serious? I was like, yes. She's like, go to the office, Daniel. Bro.
You're just like,
I called my little Soviet grandmother, and she's like running to the school with underwear in hand, like, I have your underwear. I'm like, oh my God.
Running through the main office with it, like, Daniel,
bro,
I
swear to God,
I
swear to God, if thank God she didn't bring my Spider-Man once, because that was the one. I literally thought of that. I literally thought I was like, dude, if she runs in with my Spider-Man underwear, I'm gonna be like, cooked.
That's it,
done. Bro, I got shit for that for years. I was in high school.
Quite literally.
Like, didn't you shit your pants in 4th grade? I'm like, shut up, bro. I was like, I was 16
9.
years old now. Enough.
7 years ago.
Oh, it was horrible, bro. Absolutely. You always have moments like that. Do you ever? Oh, I've had half ones where you're like, it's a fart, and you push it out of the bit. That's not a fart.
Oh, you catch it.
Yeah, you catch it. It's like, it's the worst, bro. Because then you have to go check your shorts.
Yo, dude,
did it come out?
Shorts, and I don't know about you. Do you do the complimentary wipe just to make sure?
Yeah, you have to.
All the time.
You have to, because if not, you're gonna ride up your butt, and it's just gonna be like, I got brown shorts. That's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's horrible, man. Shit stories are always funny.
They are, you know.
Farts, shits. People who don't understand that humor, I don't get you. I don't think farts are funny. I'm like, bro, I think farts are funny, and I think people falling down is hilarious.
Oh, it's hysterical.
Oh my God.
Danny. I can tell you one distinct time with my dad. We were remodeling the basement.
Okay.
And this man, he waited out in the rain for sheets of plywood to get delivered, all this equipment to bring down. And I'm out there with him in this torrential. It was seriously. We finally get everything inside. He's like, all right, come down to the basement. You're going to help me. I was like, all right. I didn't want to, but, you're going to help him. So I go down, and he's got these sheetrock.
Okay.
So he's holding it up above onto the ceiling. He's like, all right, I need to measure out to cut the holes for the light. He's like, okay, you're going to stand on the step ladder, hold it up. I'm going to hold it up over here and cut the light. Okay, no problem. So we do it. Boom, boom, boom. Gets the light cut out. And now comes the part to install it. So we go to install it, and he's like, all right, I need you to stand right here.
Yeah.
But I need to do this. Anyway, in this long, convoluted way, we had to do something that was a little bit more difficult for 2 people. Probably could have used 3.
At least.
So as he's going to do it,
he's already laughing, dude. Poor dad.
I can just see. I see it perfectly in my mind. This man, he's on this little 2-step ladder, and he's holding it up.
Okay.
And I had to move, and he's trying to hold it up. He's
dude, finished.
He slips and falls onto the side of the ladder.
Oh shit!
He's got the tape measure on his hip. And he's got the drill gun on the other side.
No.
He lands on the tape measure side onto the ladder. It falls over. This man looked like Homer Simpson going down. I couldn't. We dropped the whole thing. We couldn't put it up. I'm laughing my butt off.
He's pissed.
He is livid. He's screaming and cursing in pain. And after everything is said and done, and he comes to, he's like, is the sheetrock okay? And it was. He managed to save it, busting his butt.
Bro, that's hilarious. Dude, watching your parents fall is the
it's
most
hysterical.
thing,
I feel so bad. I've seen my grandmother fall multiple times. I laugh every time. I can't. I want to help her.
Every
It's
time.
just
every time, bro. It's hilarious. Every time, bro. I'll tell you a hilarious, funny down story of my. I'll tell you 2 real quick ones. My mom. I don't know why. I went in her room with her for a second, and we were talking, and I left, and then she was like standing by her closet at that point. Okay, when I left, and then right when I leave, all I hear is boom, and I'm like, "What the?" I go back, bro. I swear to God, she's in her closet, hands and feet up, like they're up, all 4 up, and I'm like, "What happened?" She's like, "Oh," she's like, "My what happened?" She caught her back. And when she stood up, she like just fell because like it hurt so bad, dude. She fell, and there was bottles of alcohol. Like we keep some good alcohol in the closet. It's like a special part in the closet. They keep all the good alcohol, bro. Literally, when I saw her, I was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "Is the alcohol okay?" And she got pissed. She's like, "Are you serious?
That's what you
She's
care
like,
about?
That's what you care about?" She's like, "Help me out, bro." It was hilarious because just the thought, like of all 4 hands and feet up in the air, like as if like
she's just on her back and just kind of like everything
just
else.
like literally, like imagine a dog is on its back.
Oh,
Fell back that way. Dude, another one. This is the really funny one, bro. My grandma came to visit us. She has a knack for falling. Like she just falls all the time. And I remember we say goodnight, whatever. Bro, we wake up in the morning. We go to see my grandma. She's not in her room. I'm like, what the dude, I go in the bathroom. This woman's in the bathtub. She went to take a shit. And she missed the toilet.
She thought it was the bathtub was the toilet.
She missed the toilet. Got onto the side of the bathtub, fell in the bathtub, was there almost all night. And we literally, bro, I swear to God.
That's horrific.
Bro.
That's why Life Alert was made.
But then we go like, why? You were there for hours. Why didn't you say anything? She said, I didn't want to wake anybody up. I was like, bro.
How old was she?
70.
And she just laid there.
She just laid there. She slept. I think she's probably slept. Bro, when she said I didn't want to wake anybody up, I'm like, this lady's nuts, bro. Literally fell in the bathtub.
I just
still sitting there.
Took it like a champ.
Bro, it was insane. Like, I laughed my ass off. I'm like, I can't believe you're just in here. We got her up, and she's like, yeah, I was there for a while. I was like, dude, what the hell?
Wait, did she make it to the toilet at all, or did she go to?
No, I guess she just fell and was like, good
that's
night.
it. The pain subsided over
She's
the
like,
bathroom.
that's it. I guess I'm sleeping here. Just in the toilet for hours, in the bathtub.
Oh my God!
How do you miss the bath?
That
was what we were trying to figure out. I'm like, bro.
Did she have some good alcohol from the closet?
Like, I think she probably tried to sit down and she lean.
Did she just like trip over herself?
It just went straight into the bathtub.
Oh my God!
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. Yeah, old people falling is hilarious.
I feel so bad, but it's hysterical.
Oh my God, bro.
I don't know. Oh, dude.
Because they fall in slow motion.
I was 18. Going to college in New York. I went to John Jay University for a semester. I barely went to class. I cut class and just walked and roamed the city for hours on end. In between math class, we had this break period. The guy would like let us go for 10, 15 minutes, get something to eat, get something to drink, whatever.
Yeah.
I went outside to smoke a cigarette. And I'm outside the campus, and the campus was right across the street from a hospital. And I'm outside smoking a cigarette. There's another dude next to me also smoking a cigarette. And just looking, taking in like just, people watching.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know why I see this old woman walking down the street, and she just caught my eye.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to cross the street. Midway through, in the middle of the street, this woman, dead stop, just
flat on the face?
Flat on the face.
Oof.
Me and this dude go running over to her. I'm cracking up midway, just having watched this woman just eat crow. Dude, I felt so bad because we go to pick her up. She's bleeding from her nose, her mouth.
No way.
Dude, she hit herself. She hit it hard, dude.
Dang.
She hit it hard. And I'm laughing, and we're like, what happened? She's like, I don't know. I'm going to the hospital to find out why I'm fainting randomly.
That's nuts.
I felt horrific. She gets to the hospital. She goes inside. Everything's fine. But, man, me and this dude were like, what was that? Like,
that's
just
nuts.
crazy.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, old people falling.
Old
hysterical.
people fall. Dude, anybody falling.
It really is. It doesn't matter the
Bro, my
age.
dad left. Bro, I was on a ladder. I was cutting a tree with a freaking saw.
Yeah.
Okay? What happened? Oh, yeah, I was cutting a tree with a freaking saw. And I literally, something tips the ladder over.
Mhm.
I fall with the electric saw
You just go,
still
ring.
going in my hand. I'm like, holy crap. Almost land on the freaking thing. Dude, I'm like, oh my God. I turn around. My dad's cracking up. He's like, you idiot. Bro, there was another time I was on a ladder. I was helping my dad clean the gutters.
Uh-huh.
Ladder fell from underneath me. I'm hanging from the gutter.
Just like, dear God,
Literally,
help me.
my dad is literally cracking. I was like, you dumbass. Just let go, bro. I let go, land flat on my back, and my dad's like pointing at me and just laughing. He's like, dude, that was something from a freaking movie, bro.
And
your
like
little
Chevy
feet-
Chase right there,
your
dude.
feet were dangling, and just like you trying to like get help, and you couldn't do it.
Oh, that's dude, terrifying, man.
Yeah, it was pretty scary.
It doesn't seem that high up when you're there, but man, I
Bro,
was
when
hanging.
you're hanging?
When you're hanging, I was on a ladder helping a friend install Christmas lights on his place,
All right.
and I'm up 2 stories, and it's like one of those things, man. Like 20 feet is, you look at it from the ground, you're like, that's
not that bad.
That's nothing.
But you're up there.
Hey, you're up 20 feet without any
Scary.
harness or anything
It's
like
scary.
that on a ladder that's just rickety. It's an upside down V holding you up.
I hate ladders.
Oh my God, dude! I could do it like 10 feet.
Yeah.
Once you start getting high like that, man, like it's.
Whenever you get to the top of the ladder, the flat part.
Oh, that
where
flat.
It's no
That's-
more steps.
That's it, dude.
Right there.
You have like no brace.
There's nothing there.
There's nothing.
There's nothing. You'd think they'd make a better ladder nowadays.
They
It's
don't.
the same design.
That's it.
They-
Thousands of years.
Not one implement has ever been done to a ladder.
No.
Yeah.
And you think they would?
Yeah, they probably just like, yeah, it's fine.
It's all right, right?
There's no need to improve on this.
It's like, how else do you make it better?
It's great comedy. Everybody falls
that's what
off
it
of
is.
it.
That's really what it is.
Christmas lights, man. I love putting up Christmas lights. Actually, it's fun. Do you ever do it all the time or no?
I've done it a couple times, and I don't know, it's a pain in the butt.
It is, but
It's-
like once it's done, like it's a feeling of accomplishment.
I get a lot more feeling of accomplishment on the toilet, man.
Nice.
I don't know. I don't mind it. I love it for the holiday season.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just like a whole hassle. I literally feel like Chevy Chase out of Christmas Vacation.
Christmas vacation.
Just like the whole tangle and just like pulling it out and just like
dude, it is a pain in the butt. You're
It's-
right.
that
It's
is.
time. It takes time.
forget the ladder implement for something new. I want new Christmas lights that don't tangle, even though they say
Oh yeah, it's never gonna happen.
never gonna happen.
It always tangles.
It's like, how do you do it? What
No,
what
it's
what
like-
can you do different?
Christmas Vacation, bro. I love that movie.
Christmas Vacation.
I love that movie, bro.
Great movie.
Oh my god, my favorite scene is when they're all at dinner and they're asking the old lady to say the blessing, and he's like they want you to do say grace,
Say grace.
and then she's like, huh, and she's like the blessing, and then
With the cigar.
with the cigar in his mouth, and she goes, I pledge of allegiance to the flag. I'm like, dude. They don't make movies like that anymore.
No, they don't.
They don't, bro.
They don't.
It's all the same stuff regurgitated. I was like, oh my god, when is I gonna find something that's like a breath of fresh air, man?
Yeah.
Sucks. But we've been
at this
been
for a
at
minute.
this for a little bit.
Oh no,
What time is it?
it's almost 2.
Yep.
Let
I thought that. Shit,
We did it again.
This is the second time, bro. Oh my god. Well, and having said that, thank you guys for joining the first inaugural episode of Booth 2. I have been Danny.
and I'm still Vinny.
Catch you guys next time on the second episode.
Toodles.
Later. That was a great one.
That was good.
That
was good, man. I'm actually very happy with that.
That was I feel like it was